Imagine a world where the sky was so low you had to crawl on your hands and knees just to move. Now imagine a single, powerful demigod lifting that sky with his bare hands so that humanity could finally stand tall. This isn't fantasy. This is the legend of Maui, the real Maui, an ancient hero whose myths run deeper than any movie magic. Let's dive into the true story behind the Polynesian demigod who shaped islands, fought the sun, and became a symbol of defiance against cosmic limits. We all remember Maui from Disney's Moana, a funny, boastful, shape-shifting hero voiced by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. But the truth? Maui's roots are far older, far richer, and far more fascinating than Hollywood lets on. Across Polynesia, from Hawaii to Samoa, Tahiti to New Zealand, Maui's stories were passed down through generations, carved into the collective memory of the people as a culture-shaping figure. He wasn't just a hero, he was a trickster, a rebel, a creator, and sometimes a destroyer. One of the most mind-blowing stories tells how Maui lifted the sky. According to ancient Polynesian myth, the sky used to sit so close to the earth that people were hunched over all the time. Life was dark, cramped, and suffocating. But Maui, realizing this cosmic flaw, planted his feet deep into the earth and pushed upward with all his might. He lifted the sky high above the mountains, creating the open heavens we now take for granted. And with that act, humanity could stand, breathe, and live freely. But that was only one of Maui's divine disruptions. In Hawaiian tradition, Maui noticed that the days were far too short. Crops couldn't grow and people couldn't fish or build during daylight. Why? Because the sun moved too fast. So Maui, armed with nothing but his cleverness and his enchanted lasso, climbed the great Halakala volcano and waited. As the sun rose, he snared its rays and demanded it slow its journey. The sun, beaten and bound, agreed, and so Maui gave the world longer days, another gift of balance and survival. Then there's the tale of how he pulled islands from the sea. In Maori mythology of New Zealand, Maui tricked his brothers into joining him for a fishing trip. With his magical fishhook, made from the jawbone of his ancestor, he cast deep into the ocean and snagged something massive. With all his strength, he hauled up the North Island of New Zealand, Te Ika a Maui, or the Fish of Maui. His brothers, impatient and greedy, carved pieces from the fish before rituals could be performed, which angered the gods and left the land jagged and mountainous. Maui's magic hook itself is a sacred symbol in many traditions. Known as Manai Akalani in Hawaiian legend, it was no ordinary tool. It was forged with mana, or spiritual power, and linked to the gods. This hook wasn't just for fishing, it was an extension of Maui's power to change the world. He also stole fire for mankind. In some versions, fire was kept hidden by the gods or guarded by dangerous creatures. Maui journeyed into the underworld or faced off with fire deities to steal the flames and bring warmth and light to humans, an echo of the Prometheus myth from Greek lore, but rooted in the Pacific's volcanic soul. Despite all his greatness, Maui's final act may be his most tragic. In many stories, he sought to conquer death itself, to grant immortality to humankind. His plan? Enter the womb of Hinenui Tepo, the goddess of death, and reverse the cycle of life. But his mission failed when he was caught and crushed, bringing death permanently into the human world. It's a reminder that even the most powerful heroes have limits. Across all these stories, Maui represents the tension between order and chaos, creation and trickery, courage and mischief. He wasn't a flawless superhero. He was cunning, rebellious, and at times selfish. But that's what makes him so real, so enduring, and so beloved across Polynesian cultures. What sets Polynesian mythology apart is that these aren't just stories, they're identity. They explain the land, the sea, the stars, and the human spirit. Maui's adventures are embedded into chants, dances, tattoos, and oral history. His name is not only remembered but revered. Disney's Moana introduced Maui to millions, but it's worth digging deeper. The tattoos that covered Maui in the film, they symbolize actual stories and victories. The fishhook, a sacred relic. Even the shape-shifting, rooted in tales where Maui becomes birds or insects to trick enemies or gain knowledge. So the next time you hear "you're welcome," think of the Maui who tamed the sun, battled the underworld and held up the sky itself, not for glory, but for the people. If you were amazed by the real legends of Maui, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into mythology from around the world. What legendary figure should we uncover next? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss a story that shaped humanity's imagination.